Hey, it's a local spotlight show here at WJBM Studios in Jerseyville, Illinois, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I am Chris Lorton. I am your host today. And before I introduce my guest today, I just want to let you know that we're doing a lot of our interviews both on video and audio. And you can go to our webpage. And if you go to our webpage, you can press a button that you want and it takes you straight to YouTube, or it can take you to Listen on Demand, and you can hear some of our 370 interviews that we've done here locally in the last couple years. So that being said, I'm going to introduce Peggy Portwood. Welcome, Peggy.
Hello. It's good to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. And Peggy is running for, what office are you running for?
County Clerk here in Jersey County.
County Clerk. All right. Now, did you grow up here in Jerseyville?
I did, yes. Born and raised right here in Jerseyville. Lived my whole life on Baxter Avenue.
Baxter Avenue. Let's see that. Where is Baxter at?
Right down the street from West School. So my parents used to just let us girls walk out the door, and they could watch us walk all the way to the elementary.
Oh, well, that's sweet. How many children in your family? How many brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, Jacinda, and a younger sister, Betsy.
Okay, 3 girls.
Yes, my parents are brave.
Yes. My brother, Matt, he had 4 girls. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he was going to quit. And then I said, oh, man, you need to try for another boy. Just try for a boy. So he tried. And he got another beautiful girl.
Yes.
So he had five girls. And,
that's usually how that works. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought he'd do some real planning, though. He had it figured out.
God always has a better plan.
That's right. So you grew up here in Jersey, and then what'd you do after you got out of high school?
So I graduated from Jersey Community High School in 2003, and after graduating, I guess not right after, I went to Southwestern Illinois College and took a course to become a licensed massage therapist.
I see.
Yeah, I always enjoyed helping people, and so I felt like that would be a good calling, but I found out that usually that's the first thing that gets cut when the economy gets kind of bad.
Oh, yeah.
So job stability wasn't the greatest.
I see.
And I was also starting a family as a young mom. And so after that, I just went into being a stay-at-home mom for quite a while.
Hey, on that therapy, isn't that hard with your hands?
Oh, it's very hard.
I mean,
yeah.
Gosh,
They teach you the different techniques to try to take most of the pressure off of overusing your hands to wear them out. But it never failed that, you'd be done after a day of working and you'd have family members that would say, hey, could you give me a back rub?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Everyone wants to get a free one.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I've massage Brenda's back whenever she wants me to, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Being a good husband, yes.
Or her feet, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'll do it for a while, and I go, I've got to quit. My fingers are hurting,
Yep. It wears and tears on your body. It really does.
I can see. And standing all the time and leaning over.
Yeah. It got hard whenever I was pregnant with my first child, and I had an elder customer that she was a regular. I had an office in the front of Family Hair Center. My mom worked at Family Hair Center until they closed.
Okay.
And so I had an office in front of there, and she was one of my regulars, and she would come every Friday before getting her hair done. And there was one point whenever I was massaging her back and I had to lean over, and my son kicked her.
Really?
She felt it, and she's like, oh my gosh, I felt the baby. And I was like, I think it might be time for me to take a leave of absence.
So how many children do you have?
I have 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So Christopher.
Now, are you counting Rich in that?
Oh, no. If we count Rich, I have 5.
I love your husband, Rich Portwood.
Yes.
He is a great guy.
Yeah. He keeps me on my toes. And he's a busybody. He's always coming up with something to do.
Yeah, he is. He's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lived in one of our apartments in one of our lofts. But
yes, we have heard stories about living in the apartments, and he loved telling story times with Rich. Whenever the girls were little, and he would always have police stories that he would tell them, and I'm like, those probably aren't good bedtime stories, but they always enjoyed it. It was always entertaining.
Yeah, somebody did something, and he happened to just be walking out the building. And he ran them down. They ran for blocks.
Walked him to the jail.
Yeah, walked him to the jail. I think he had to tackle a guy and wrestle him.
Yeah,
down.
he said he didn't have handcuffs, so he said, "I'm gonna let you up, but you got to walk with me."
Yeah.
And he said, that's the one time that he was caught without handcuffs or anything. Mm-hmm. So he always used to carry handcuffs with him anywhere we went. And I'm like, you're off duty. Really? He's like, I'm never off duty.
Okay. You never know. I got to run somebody down.
Right.
So you guys have been together for how long now?
For 12 years.
Wow. That's great. And he's retired.
Yes, he had to take retirement after his diagnosis with cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So he's good. He's in the clear.
That's great.
Incredibly healthy. You would have never known that he had cancer.
Yeah.
But he did have to medically retire. Some of the side effects from the chemo just kind of took its toll on his body. Mm. So it was one of the hardest things that he ever did. And he loved police work.
Yeah. Well, he was good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a massage therapist, mm-hmm. and then what after that?
So, like I said, I was a stay-at-home mom for quite a few years.
Which is a big job.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Those stay-at-home moms have my deepest sympathy because sometimes you just want an adult to talk to and you have toddlers. So after my fourth child, I did go back to work. Actually, after my third, I went back to work part-time. And I worked at Jersey Calhoun Veterinary Hospital as a receptionist. And then after my fourth child, after Lana was born, I went back to work part-time, but then also took a part-time job at CNB Bank and Trust as a teller. And after working there for a while as a teller, a position came up as new accounts. So I moved over full-time to CSR and worked there for 2 years. And it was a great experience. I loved working with people, with, our customers.
And you're running for county clerk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What all happens at the county clerk office?
So the county clerk's office, they handle all the vital records. So we don't have many births here in Jersey County unless it's a home birth because our maternity ward at the hospital closed in 2014.
Right.
So most of our vital records that we deal with are deaths and marriages. So we issue the marriage license and we file those and report those to the state of Illinois. The other things that we do there in the office is we are the election authority. So as far as creating the ballots, running the elections, making sure we have enough election judges, getting them trained, and running the election, that is our busiest season, and that's coming up.
Yes. Have the rules changed much since you've been working there as far as elections go?
I mean, no. I just started in June. Before I took this position at the county clerk's office, I did work for Craig Hudson State Farm for 9 years.
God bless
you. Yeah.
No, I love Craig too.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And so just coming over here freshly new, there is a lot to learn. I do feel very blessed, though, because Linda and Lexi are just unlimited wealth of knowledge as far as, how the office runs. And Pam is an incredible mentor. She has changed so much about how efficient the election runs. And it's just a well-oiled machine.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're just joining us, I have Peggy Portwood with us today. And she's running for county clerk here in March.
Yes, that's whenever the primary is.
Yeah. And you're running as a Republican?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And All right. Who do you got to beat so far? Who else is running against you?
So far, I am unopposed. So in the primary, I don't have a Democrat that's running against, in the Democratic race.
Or another Republican?
I don't have another Republican. So I'm very blessed. The next hurdle would be at the end of this month, the independents can start picking up their petitions. So if someone's going to run as an independent, we would find out if anyone, files the end of May. That's whenever they would file. And then, if no one files, I'm good. I can relax a little bit as far as June comes around. That'll be my time where I can either relax or really hit the pavement running.
Yes. So Linda Crotchet is retiring?
No, Pam Warford is retiring.
Oh, Pam Warford is retiring.
Linda, she had retired a while ago.
All right. Linda was there for many years.
Oh, my goodness.
She?
I was trying to think of how many years she was the county clerk. And she started, I think, whenever all three of her girls were little, when she started campaigning and she took office. So she has now got great grandbabies.
Does she ever show up at the office?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she does?
Lexi works there, one of her granddaughters. So she shows up every now and then, and she is a wealth of knowledge. I mean, she's she knows so much, and she's experienced so much.
And how long is Pam?
Pam has been here for 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she decided to retire. When I took the job in June, I actually told my husband, I said, maybe in a few years when Pam's ready to retire, I could run.
Yeah.
And it was more like a couple weeks after I started, she dropped that bombshell. And I was like, oh, well. And she's like, do you want to run? And I was like, okay, we'll speed this process up. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm good with the challenge.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about you've had a lot of experience in, dealing with people and recording things, I mean, as far as like at a bank, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things you got to do there, as far as you got to deal with people. And you got to.
Yeah. Customer service has always been big to me.
Yeah.
Working in the bank, working at Craig's office. But, I think that everyone who has been a county clerk has started off fairly new and has to learn like on the spot. There's no formal training for a county clerk. You can take like business classes or you can take paralegal training, which I did in 2015. I graduated with an associate's online at Kaplan University for paralegal studies. So a lot of that knowledge as far as that legal terminology really helps whenever legislation or laws are passed that you have to interpret and know how to, apply those, whether that's with vital records or with the election.
And I imagine the election, you got to make sure everything's perfect on the elections.
Yes, yeah. There's so many things that can be, that people can scrutinize and just, say, well, this wasn't done properly. So you want to make sure everything is run by the books. And I think having that, that experience working under Pam and, have her as a mentor to train me on how things are done. Because honestly, the way that she has it, I don't think I would change anything. Everything is just so finely tuned.
Okay. Is mail-in ballots, is that pretty big in your office?
That is. A lot of those people who are mailing in those ballots are, elderly people who can't get out of their house. And, they still like to be involved in the election and have their voices heard. So this actually, I think it's next week, we will actually start sending out those mail-in ballots. One of the things that we've really kind of focused on and have had training with the United States Postal Service is that timeliness of getting those ballots back to us. So, we will be sending out those notifications and a letter in the, those ballots that we're mailing out on how to properly get those mailed back, or if you can have someone drop them off. We do have a night drop that goes to a secured lockbox that we have, people who just solely work on vote by mail, taking those ballots in and recording those votes. So, I wouldn't say it's a huge part of our election. We still have a lot of people who come out to the polling places.
Yeah. Now, also, at the office, county clerk's office, you pay bills too. You take care of some. So what all do you take care of as far as like you have to keep track of
And one of the ways that I like to think of it is the county is a business. You're trying to run a business. So we have a lot of bills that come into our office from courthouse, the state's attorney's office, from the sheriff's department that we have to pay, utility bills that have to be paid, any kind of checks that the board approves that maybe that's for tourists or anything like that, the tourist fund. Those things are all going to be funneling through. Linda Drainer is an amazing employee, and she's amazing at what she does. I keep telling her, you can't retire anytime soon. You can't leave us, Linda.
No.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes on in and out of the county clerk's office.
Yeah. What else goes on there? Is there anything else? Is that pretty much it?
I mean, for the most part, any filing that, the local townships have, they bring it to us. So if they appoint someone, those records are all kept there in our office. It's almost like its own little history office because I was looking through books that we have in there, and the Heitzig family, they have a Celebration of Life book that I was flipping through, and it's funny to, it's good, and it's kind of heartwarming to see people who want to keep their family history. We keep all of the contact information for all those appointed people, whether that's in townships, county government, or what have you, road commissioners, everything like that. We keep those contacts up to date. So that way, if anyone were to call in and need to be able to contact someone, we have the proper person.
What do you find people come in for the most? What are they coming in
Birth
for?
certificates, I would say.
Birth certificates.
Yeah. This time of year, with it being so cold, we really don't have a lot of marriages. We stay really busy with marriage license, usually around fall and then in the summer. But I think that so far this year, we've only had 3 marriage license. Most of it is birth certificates, mainly because people need those real IDs.
When you say this year, just in this month, you've had 3 people get married this month?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess when the birth certificate, if you're delivering babies in Alton, that goes to Madison County? Yeah.
So whenever you have any kind of a birth, it's kept in the county, any event, a death. It's kept in the county that event took place. So
you got to go there?
Yeah, you got to go there. Unless you were to pay extra money, I believe there's an extra fee if you are from a different county and you want to file it in Jersey County. Most people don't do that. With technology these days, you can request most of those documents online. Most county clerks have that ability through their online portal, Jersey County included. So say someone moves away to Louisiana and they need a birth certificate or a marriage license, they can go online and they can request that document, answer security questions and provide ID, and then we get that mailed out to them.
How many people work in your office?
So there are 3 besides the county clerk. So there's Pam, there's Linda Drainer, Lexi, it used to be Plato, Lexi Edwards, and then myself. And then on the recorder side, there is Shelley Kanalikin, and then Susan Scott.
Do you have somebody, if you win and you get the position, do you have somebody that is going to take your spot?
I guess I'll have to start doing some interviewing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're real excited about it?
I am very excited, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you.
And I think probably the odds are you're going to get it.
Well, fingers crossed, yes.
All right. Well, happy campaigning. And we'll see you out on the streets.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.